Good morning, everybody. It's Marty, the JavaScript party. I am working on my Sunday flashcard builder application. This is the application that I always think to myself, oh gosh, I can't wait till this thing is done because it's going to be such a useful thing for me. But I do have to move over from, let's see, from this project into the flashcard project. So the first step for me is to come over here and it's very important. Well, looks like it's already shut down. Okay, so I'm already shut down. So let's move over to I don't have a whole lot of time this morning, so I got to make this really quick. Really quick. Flashcards. There we are. Flashcards. Now, okay, so first thing I want to do is find my README folder because what was I even working on? Looks like we are overwrite append toggle. When the response command voice shows voice results when in response command voice show voice results in response div. Make it to where we can manually edit and gather data. So I feel like I missed a step. Create an overwrite versus append toggle for results. Okay, so let's start this thing up. npm start. Because this doesn't seem quite right. Because I don't think overwrite and append is working. But maybe, so I feel like I actually want to get it to work. I don't even know if clear is working either. I can't remember. Looks like I created a clear button. Man, it's kind of been a while. So let's just reload and see where we end up with. So I don't even think this one cares too much about routing. If I remember correctly, I don't think there's like a lot of routes in this or any routes. Is this started? Oh, okay, it's still building. I don't know why, but I feel like closing all the others is a smart move at this moment. Okay, so we want to go into result, it looks like. See, I think prompt doesn't even show. Doesn't actually update. Gather. Okay, so prompt and response are both considered gatherers. They gather information. And see, current voice text is probably not the way I want to do things anymore. That's how I used to do things in the old days. See, what is current voice text? Well, I guess it does make sense in this case. So over here, we have current voice, and basically we have an effect, and this is probably what we care about, is our transcript signal. So at this point, we don't ever even, I don't think we're even aware of what mode we're in. So this current voice gets updated. It probably should get updated based on, like, it'll figure out whether it needs to append to whatever it had before or whether it needs to overwrite. And I don't even know what it does right now. So let's go ahead and turn our microphone on. Allow this time. And we'll say select prompt. We'll say hello. And so right now we are supposed to be in append mode, but we are actually in overwrite mode. So over here it'd be working perfectly. But now it's not. Okay. And we do know what it is, so so it looks like what we want to do is probably, we know we're in append mode. So over here we're doing current command, control command. If it's prompt and previous prompt, we want to update the voice results. So this is probably where the brains of knowing whether we want to append. So over here in this is append mode, right? I mean, this is overwrite mode. Overwrite. Okay, so let's go ahead and update our README. And then I'm going to make this a purple one. Yeah, I like the way I do it in my other projects a little bit better, where because I just think it's a little more positive. But like, so if we take this and we just make this a green, let's just, these are what I still have to do. Control V. And it's weird. This does seem like for me, I don't know if this is just a Gen X thing. I used to work with this one guy who would like set everything up so that it felt really good, right? Like everything just kind of gave him like a little buzz of like, oh, that's nice, that's nice. I'm really good. It's just like everything was sort of set up to just make it enjoyable for himself. And man, that was like then I started sort of emulating that a little bit, trying to like kind of set up my keyboard, set up everything so that it just felt like better. And holy cow, did that really work to make life more pleasant. So now, right now, everything's positive, right? We got these are the things I'm finished, these are the checkered flags, this is what I'm working on, and then these are the green things that I still have to do. Um, and now step 10 is um, so for prompt. So we're collecting prompts. Um, Overwrite or append. Or append, depending on the user's choice. Okay, so that's what we're working on right now. And then this, and we figured out where, and this is where we want. So basically, we want to say if, and this is like, I've gotten a lot better at signals. Okay, so, and okay, so this thing is, I don't even know. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. So apparently we send an array across. So I'm going to say const latest current last text is equal to this. So this is our last text. And like maintaining or updating this code right now would have been a lot easier had we had that. So now we also, so if append const mode, and the mode can be in one of two things, and it comes from, do we have that on the screen? Is that where it is? Yes, it's this gather control message. Append. All right, so if our gather control message, that's the whole message though, right? And then this is the current voice text. So my naming is a bit confusing. And I tried really hard to not to name it. So this is our gather control method. And it needs a this. I think this is the mode. And I think the mode can only be a couple of things. I'm pretty sure I set up, I'm hoping I set up. Yeah, it's a gather command type. And we have two gather commands, append and overwrite. And this is because I have a I think I have um, a variable. So if mode is equal to, so I don't know what I need to do. Can I just import it? Like at work, I have to import it, not just import it, but then I also have to, like we just imported it here, gather commands, but then I also have to assign it. And apparently since then they have improved it. So if it's append, then we want okay, this want to be this way, right? Because we're appending. Okay, so it's equal to last. I think last text is a little bit better than voice text. And it's this current plus the last text. Else. If we're otherwise, and I usually like putting it overwrite mode. Like a lot of times I like to do this overwrite mode. Just to put a little comment there on that for the else, since there's only two choices. Alternatively, I don't mind putting it like not a like having an else if and the other thing, but it really I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's better to do an else if and then say gather command override and then it would break if we added a third one, or if it's just going to act as an override until we come in here. It's going to be easy to figure out though. So all right. So right now we are in append mode. I can select the prompt. Our microphone is off. It is now on and on, and on. Now it's on. I said now it's on. Okay, so I don't know if something's breaking. We are definitely in overwrite mode. Um, inspect and just see if there's something going wrong in the console. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. Which one? This is the service, but we want to be in our component. And we want to be, let's see if we can figure this out. I'm pretty sure in the editor. And then we want to be in our gatherers and we want to be in the prompt. Oh, that's nice. See, this is to me like a really good, like when you can just get there. It's really nice. If I switch it back, does it work again? Oh yeah. So append works and overwrite just doesn't work. It doesn't do anything, which is wild. Totally wild. Okay, so now where our mode is in overwrite mode, so it's not in append, right? So now we go and then current voice. Oh my gosh, silly rabbit. It's last voice, not current voice. All right. Why didn't someone tell me? Why did someone tell me I made such a silly bug? Silly. Silly Willy. Actually, I really like it. It's kind of funny because there was a time I find that like that's one of the differences between junior engineers and senior engineers. You'll know you. So the problem is it's hard to know when you're a senior engineer, senior developer. But one of the differences between junior developers and senior developers that I've noticed, this is not like like it doesn't work backwards. Just because you're like this doesn't mean you're a senior developer. But one of the things I noticed with most senior developers is when there's a silly mistake, it makes them happy because it's easy to fix. You're like, oh, okay, I did a silly. But if it's like everything seems right, then that's a misery. I noticed junior developers tend to get very upset when they make silly mistakes. All right, so let's turn this on. We probably should even make that these available. I don't know though, because I think you can manually. You don't need I don't want you to need a microphone to do this. So okay, so we are on Append, and this is Append, and it is Append, not pinned. It is Append. I can't say Append. Append. There we go. Append. This is Append. This is Append. How interesting. All right, so now we're in Overwrite, and it looks like it is working. Okay, that's awesome. Very, very, very awesome. Let's add another one. All right, is clear working? Okay, we need to get clear working. All right, so we need to add a README, and then I got to go. We gotta go. We got to go. Where's my README? Oh, README. README. Okay, so we'd finished this one. So now it's a checkered line. And we want to add a new step, 11. And we want to make this one a checkered flag. That's my little pat on the back to myself. This one needs to be 12. I'm like testing my memory, see if I can remember what's going on. Okay, so 11. Okay, so we want to, okay, for prompt, get clear working. So we're getting close, right? So I can do this. Well, I can't clear, so I would have to how many electrons does a helium atom have? Oh, we don't have the microphone on. How many electrons does a helium have? Okay, so we have to hit select prompt. And now we can't clear. That's a bummer. How many elements does a helium atom have? How many elements does a helium element have? How many electrons does a helium element have? How many electrons? Okay, that's weird. So it's really strange. Okay, so okay. Oh, so it ran because, okay, so that causes the signal to fire. I actually don't know what to do. That's a tricky one, right? Because what if you say the same thing twice? It's going to be like, oh, okay, if I'm an overwrite, don't. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think through that. I think, yeah, I don't know what to do. But I think once clear's working, maybe this will all be a lot easier. And then we don't need this. Yeah, let's get that working and then we'll we'll move forward, and that is the next step. And it'll be clear. We're getting close though. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Anyways, happy coding, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye.